Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across this platform called Linda's TV show. If it is your first time and you like what we are doing here, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. I want to appreciate you too for creating this wonderful platform we are using to pass information across to the members of the public. I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we react to all forms of videos. We do not and will not promote anything misleading information, hate speech, violent, or trying to instigate war. We are only here to inform, educate the members of the public because information they say.
The question that you, the citizen, is supposed to ask them is what they are asking you. The question that you, the citizen, are supposed to be asking people sitting down, these people who are supposed to answer your question, they are the one now asking you, televise their question, and tell me who they are addressing this question to. Tell me who they are addressing the question to. And the next minute they will turn back and tell you, Nnamdi Kanu is their problem. Nnamdi Kanu is causing insecurity. Nnamdi Kanu is raising insecurity. Even when we know that the insecurity in the southeastern region is created and caused by the federal government of Nigeria, sponsored by federal government of Nigeria. It is not an accusation. There are facts backing every single thing I say. The unknown gunmen, we are members of the DSS. One of them who was shot, the ID card of DSS was seen in their pocket. One of the known gunmen was identified as a member of DSS. Some were identified as Fulanis. We are caught. There was also a picture of a policeman who was enforcing a sit at home, shown in their own TV. So when we make all these things, it is not just an accusation. If that is not enough for you, we have seen false flag operations so many times, captured on video. We have seen members of DSS during the time of NSAS. During the time of NSAS, they used their jeep to bring people to attack innocent protesters. We saw it. We saw Lagos State government using government bus to bring hoodlums to attack people. These things are all not hidden. They are all in the open. But yet, the people that are supposed to take action, they will come into the red chamber and they're asking questions. Listen to the question they're asking to themselves, idiots.
How to deal with these issues. Mr. President, you and me discussed yesterday that the widow of late Uba said nobody talked to her after her husband was gunned down.
The brigadier general that her husband was killed, nobody contacted her. Nobody consoled her. A brigadier general. A whole brigadier general lost his life. The widow, nobody contacted her. Nobody reached out to her. Nobody spoke to her. A brigadier general. And some of you are running to go and recruit. Some of you are still going there. I'm sorry for you. And so the death that killed Al-Haji, if that death cut Al-Majiri, your bone will not go in man.
Nobody has communicated to her. Who are we going to ask? Are we going to tell the president to call commander-in-chief to ask?
Oh.
Or are we not having the committee of the army here?
Ask me.
Will call the people. Look at this interview by Mrs. Uba, Musa Uba. What did you do and what did you not do? We learned from Governor of Kebbi State that officers were withdrawn.
Oh.
And we lament. Are we not having standing committees that are supposed to call these people? What did you do?
Ask me.
And we keep passing the ball from Maradona to Pele. It is not going to work for us. Mr. President, just yesterday, 5 police officers, 3 of whom I know personally, were called broadly murdered in my constituency. What was the fault? They went to separate a fight between bandits and farmers. and these gentlemen were called brutally murdered. Mr. President, by your leave, I will have the honor to call the names of these officers. They were so brutally killed, not in the night. Not in the night. Broad day. They were summarily murdered because they were not carrying Spiro weapons. Only one of them was carrying AK-17. The other was carrying a Vision. AK-47. AK-47. Only one of them, the DSP. And the names of these officers, I will call their names. This is the reality of Nigeria. DSP Ahmed Mohammed, killed. Assistant Superintendent Mustafa Mohammed, killed. Inspector Amahil Yunusa, killed. Inspector Idris Ahmad, killed. Corporal Issa Azu, killed. In my constituency, local government Darazo. Mr. President, you can imagine the agony that these families are undergoing. Mr. President, in the time past, we're having some of the best military formations, military officers. We're having some of the best police officers and police formation all across the globe. In fact, at a particular time, Major General Agwai got an outstanding honor as one of the best serving generals in Africa. And today, Mr. President, did you ask yourself whether the Agwais and the Dambadaos of those years and the Enjumas, several of them that are still alive, whether anybody has called these officers to say, please, gentlemen, where did we miss it? Why were we the very best military country in Africa? Why were we the best police country in Africa? And where are we here? So it is a collective endeavor, Mr. President, and as long as we continue to see kidnapping as just a crime, we're not going anywhere, because kidnapping has so much been commercialized. People are leaving their jobs in cities and villages, and kidnapping now is one of the best paying jobs in Nigeria, all across. In fact, kidnapping now pays more than oil. Kidnapping pays more than sitting as a senator or sitting in the villa. And therefore, as lawmakers, what do we need to do? We now look at kidnapping and say we must amend our laws to say kidnapping is a terrorist act and must therefore be treated as such and must therefore carry the death penalty. And that is some of the ways we have to go. Mr. President, the entire security architecture of our country we need just to sit down. It is not about talking in plenary here. It is not talking about one committee or the other. We must be able to find out. It's not about just national security. Every committee that needs to answer his name must answer his name here in plenary or in executive session.
You see this man calling for death penalty for kidnapping. Go and interview Gumi. Gumi is making a case for kidnappers. He said only kidnapping. Is it only just to kidnap children and get money? It's only money what they want. Go and interview Gumi and hear what Gumi will say. Any crime that is prevalent in the north, there's nothing you can do about it. They are, look at how helpless they are in the red chamber, because it is something that has to do with northern part of Nigeria. But if it were be the southeast, there will be a marching order immediately. There will be a marching order to destroy life and properties. That is why when I see my people from the southeast allow themselves to be used by this government to push narrative against us, I shed tears. When I see somebody mainly from Igbo extraction, Igbo person, working with this government, pushing the same narrative in their different handles, in their different social media network, I feel ashamed. It is very sad. This is how helpless they are. When it comes to the issue that has to do with the North and their terrorist activities, they sit in the house, they beg, they shout and complain. After complain, whatever they say here, Gumi will sit in his home and give an order what will happen. And whatever Gumi says, it's only going to play out. Whatever Gumi says is what is going to play out. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what they say. Nobody cares. The only mission they have is to make sure they damage the reputation of the Igbo people. That is the only assignment they have. And we must not allow this to happen.
That you made here, and it's just a wow situation. And even, reading through the lines and the nuances of the president's statement, it feels like he was saying that there were efforts being made. Perhaps, I don't know who was a weak link that did not follow through. But in 1 second, just before we let you go, you understand the movements of these people. You may not understand their exact mission. Are they Nigerians? Are they non-Nigerians? Just a simple answer.
99.9% of the bandits operating in northwest and north central Nigeria, they are Nigerians. 99.9% of them, we know who they are, we know where they are not in any hideout or any difficult terrain.
Dr. Yahuza Gatso, thank you so much. Security, intelligence, and investigation expert, community-driven development professional, and a farmer. We'll get to keep talking with you as far as this conversation. There's a lot to unravel with you, but for want of time, we'll let you go for now, and may God help Nigeria.
Thank you.
You heard it. The terrorists we are talking about, the criminals we are talking about, they are Nigerians. They are northerners. They know them. They know where they are. But each time they continue to pretend as if they do not know. Just like you see them in the House of Senate, in the red chamber, complaining. All they will do is complain, and nothing will be done. Nothing. Nobody is going to do shit. Nothing will be done. Nothing will be done. There is nothing anybody can do. Only complain. After complaining, they go back to base and relax. Everybody will go back doing what he knows how to do best. These terrorists are known. They are not hiding. They are not wearing masks. A governor has said they know him. Look at somebody again saying they know them. They know whom they are. They know their houses. They know their homes. So it is not a rocket science. You're not going to say you don't know them. They know them very well. But yet, they refuse to act. Why have they refused to act? Why have they refused to take action? That is the question.
The terrorists killing people in northeastern part of Nigeria are not from Congo. They are not from Malawi. They are not from Namibia. They are not from Egypt. They are northerners and they are Muslims. The bandits in the northwestern part of Nigeria, they are not from Senegal. They are not from Mali. They are not from Morocco. They are not from Guinea or Guinea-Bissau. They are Fulanis from the northwestern part of Nigeria. So it is for us to solve the problem. It is not for anybody to solve the problem. They are not speaking Chinese, they are speaking Fulani language. They are not speaking Spanish, they are speaking Hausa language. They are not speaking Mandarin, they are speaking Kanu'S languages. When will the North sit down and address the whole of these bandits and terrorists? Are not more than 5,000 people.
Today you see them speaking. This person spoke there is Sheikh Husani. This was the same man who welcomed Hamas in Nigeria, who told Hamas that they have a home. When you see them speak, you think that they care. They don't care about you. Just like Nnamdi Kanu told them that the monster you created is going to swallow you. Today, that monster is swallowing them. Some of them can no longer pretend anymore. They can't pretend anymore. But whatever they do, it cannot distract us from the truth. We know what the agenda is. And everybody, every northern Muslim is part of this very agenda. Every one of them is part of it. Every one of them is part of it, to take over the land. That is the agenda. To Fulanize Nigeria, to Islamize it, that is the agenda. They are all part of the program. We cannot be deceived. It doesn't matter the language they use. It doesn't matter how they speak. We can't be deceived.
Kari is one of the most notorious bandits in Northwest. He was even the one who masterminded killing of late Aminu Day, Assistant Commissioner of Police and Area Commander of Dutch-Amma Zone. Now when he killed him, because it was in my local, he left from Kurfi police station to where he will go and do the operation, because he was a very fine officer, incorruptible, and all this, everybody knows about him. Now when he went for that operation and they encircled him based on certain kind of betrayal from within his own cycle, I believe, when he was killed by that Jankari, the following day, all the big bandits in the area had a party in Saskia, one village about 10 kilometers from Dutch-Amma, and they are celebrating the killing of Amin, later Amin. And Jankari came with the uniform of Amin, and they were hailing him.
He went to the party,
yes, to
with the uniform of Amin.
Now everybody know, and from time to time he will put the uniform and be going around the town. So when this so-called peace deal which they arranged, when he came for that meeting, he came with the uniform of late Amin, with the name Amin Umar.
During a peace deal.
During a peace deal. So you have the security, you are there, you have the police, who they kill Assistant Commissioner of Police. So, and why I tell you it cannot be a normal peace, because the conditionalities were given by the bandit. The bandit directed that no police should come with uniform. Police who are there, none of them went with uniform.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? What is happening in the northern part of Nigeria? But to them, it's not a problem. The only problem they have is the Igbo man. The only problem they have is Biafra. You can imagine if this happens in Biafra land, what will happen? That a bandit took the life of a police commissioner. After killing that policeman, then he wear the uniform of the man and be walking around the town. Every time he wear the uniform of the man with the name of the man engraved in it. And the day he was coming for peace deal, the same bandit, they gave order that any police coming there should not come on uniform. But he himself wore the uniform of a policeman that he murdered with the name written there boldly. And he came, gave the conditions to the people and left. This is happening in the northern part of Nigeria. And when we talk about the complicity of the government, Some people play it down. People are not care. They don't care. You will still see some people defending them in the northern part of Nigeria. But what about us in the southeast? In Biafra land? What we are asking for is self-determination, well-defined. Well-defined. All we have been doing is to defend ourselves, self-defense. There has never been any case where we have been indicted of taking the life of any person, innocent. Innocent person. There has never been. All you hear is rumor, propaganda, and false flag operation conducted by the DSS in our land, which our able sister, Lolo Neka, has been able to verify. Lolo Neka, on the ground, go to her page, you will see her verify her investigation. She made the accusation on a live TV. She doesn't hide it. Of how government conduct their force flag operation in Biafra land. But yet, a Biafran, an Igbo person, will come on national TV and begin to speak against his own people. Will be in the front line of the media propaganda to antagonize his own people. Meanwhile, the North are protecting their foot soldiers that are terrorists. Terrorists, they call their foot soldiers, they are protecting them. But your innocent brother, who has not been indicted anywhere, you join the media to change the narrative and blame him. Call him arrogant because he refused to be silent. Call him stubborn because he refused to be subdued. And they use you to change that narrative. You came on national TV, you are telling us about 30,000 people who their life was lost, who is to be blamed, and the media run with it. And they begin to use it to change the narrative against the injustice that we committed against your own brother. The 30,000 people you are talking, you are not even asking, how did they die? Who took this life and why? Nobody goes to that direction. All they try to push the whole blame on a man who asks for self-determination, who asks for justice. And you join the media. As an Igbo person, you join the media to push the narrative against yourself. You will not live. You will not live to face it.
Morning, brother.
You're welcome, my brother Christian. You're welcome. You will not live. You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. Go ahead and speak to us.
Thank you, my brother. Chineke Bayume. Yesterday, Okweromba thought the king were glitch, sort of, yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday, I couldn't even speak at all, so I only played videos and I left.
Yeah, that's good. That is the spirit, you know. You know, so we just have to continue. For me, I'm very, very busy today. But TKK, I get away, so I'll be in a better place. But because now for this video, if you don't want to about Shehu Sani, I can't. But about the good thing is that you also dissected it already, because you see, these are the most dangerous ones among them. That is the ones you cannot even figure out. You know, you won't even know how the level of damage they bring to you, like that Shehu Sani, you know. So obviously you have to be able to really follow them up closely and understand their antics to know that these are the most dangerous, because like the likes of the El Rufai, yeah, the one from Kaduna, we know already was a governor. These are the number one. These are the front runners, you know, who propagate this Islamization and Flanization. They don't hide it, they show it, they say it loudly, you know. But for him, Shehu Sani coming now to say that all these bandits, blah, 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 that, in other words, he's trying to tell us that they are Nigeria. But on the other hand, they will tell you that they are foreigners, that they are not Nigeria. And they will tell you again that they are in Nigeria. That is what he's trying to say that they are Nigerian. And he's saying,
and distraction to satisfy their selfish interest.
Exactly. And trying to confuse people with double speaking. Hello, Mazinano.
Hello.
Good morning, Apta.
Yeah.
Yeah. So saying, yeah, all they could have now, we don't need anybody to come and do it for us or blah blah blah. Subliminal message, Maka America. Well, actually, America. I'm quite water.
Yes.
We okay, you don't need anybody. Then solve it. Solve it. You don't want to solve it because their aim is to, even including the foreign minister, when he was interviewed on Piers Morgan, saying that they should leave us alone, leave me alone, so that you will continue with your genocide against Biafrans, against Christians, and slowly and surely take over the place, while America will just sit back and watch. The world will sit back and watch. Then those who support you, the Islamic world, the Turkey, or any of them that support you with their arms and everything, then you just scatter everywhere, take over. Leave us alone. These people are so, the level of the game they play. Nobody who will leave you alone. If you want them to leave you alone, then leave the people alone too. You can't be holding people and you ask others to leave you alone, but you are the one who is not leaving people alone. You know, then Shehu Sani is saying today that they are not from Cameroon, they are not from Senegal, they are not from this. That that was they are Nigerians, but they say they are not Nigerians, and that we are the one to solve it because he doesn't want others, the outside world, international community to solve it. Meanwhile, they don't want to solve it, and he is the same one. This same Shehu Sani was one that welcomed Hamas when they come into Nigeria. Until today, they are all liaising together in the north. The ISWAP, the Rakwara, the Buka, all of them, Hamas, they are all there. He told them, this Shehu Sani told them that in Nigeria they have a friend. So what does he think? Who is it trying to deceive? When you tell a terrorist group that is known worldwide that they are welcome in Nigeria, that they have friends in Nigeria. So what is that? Which is it? So, because again, we still have to keep talking because people in the country either short memory or they fear and cowardice and the media, they don't want to speak the truth. It was on Channels TV that this Shehu Sani welcome Hamas terrorist group. So what now do you expect when you bring infected wood into your house? That is what happened. The wood. So it's sad. It's sad what they are doing. I don't know how they think that people are so stupid. In the same hand, you invited terrorists and they're all working together. I saw a video where it was very clearly how they brought all these terrorists from the Sahel region. Not talking yes this morning, my brother, but already. So the way they brought them in, all of them they are all part of it. All of them from A to Z.
Definitely, they are part of it.
Yeah, so they are all part of it. All of them. This video, you probably must have seen that video. How Buhari, told them that.
I've seen it by this. I've seen it.
The guy, a southerner, I don't know where exactly.
The guy is a northerner. He's a northerner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's that his name. What's that his name? I remember his name.
Yeah, he said that El-Rufai and Sultan of Sokoto, all of them, how they brought them in, and Buhari stood up to tell them that they have to reclaim their land, that the British handed Nigeria over to them. So you see that this thing, like I always said, I have been very consistent on it, that they are all of them from A to Z, including Dangote, including the Sanusi, the former CBN, all of them there. It's just that act of cowardice that is making people not to speak the truth. Yesterday on Precious Enyi's YouTube program, I was there, and Kachi, that Dr. something Catch, not Jew, So yeah, because that program is becoming very, very, should I say, infamous now. Since she left VOP, which I think was very good that she left VOP. So people from United States, everywhere, they call in, they speak freely, they speak their mind. But before, you are not allowed to speak freely because she gets gagged by VOP. So People were asking, no, no, you may okay be no, may no, but because now they were like showing concern about his safety, if you know what I mean, So further now said that but at the end of the day, we cannot all be so scared and afraid and run away. And at the end of the day, you just have to say what you have to say because there's no fabrication, there's no hypothetical or makeup. These are facts. The evidence is there to show what is happening in the country. Is the primary, there's just one agenda alone. That is to turn Nigeria into Islamic Sharia country. That is it. Every other thing, every other measure, every other avenue is like either a prelude or addition.
And they have almost succeeded. The only place remaining for them now to take over is Biafra land. They have succeeded in all other parts of the country. They are in charge. It's only Biafra land that is remaining for them, and that is why they are trying so hard. They are trying so hard to create as much chaos as they can, create as much hate as they can, try to create different kinds of narratives against us. That is why they are doing everything they can to make sure that they can be able to push that their evil narrative. There's nothing. Every other place have been taken over. It's only Biafra land that is remaining. You're welcome back, Christian. You're there?
Oh, yeah, my brother, I'm there with you. I can hear you.
Okay. So that
go ahead. Yeah. So like I was saying, that is the though I won't take much long. By the grace of God, I'll be with you tomorrow. So, but that is just the whole thing that I'm always very appreciative of the fact that your consistency. We must continue to debunk them. We must continue to push back on their narrative because these people are everything that comes out of their mouth is takia, pure and simple. This is that's how they are built. They don't care whether you believe it or you don't believe it. They don't really care. They just say it anyway. Takia, primarily takia, to deceive people. And they continue to do it today. Rufai, the one who is well known to be one of the terrorist financiers and coordinators, I think he's running around now with Peter Obi. I don't know what Peter Obi thinks that he's going to achieve. If they are not satisfied with Tinubu, who had an agreement with them, Tinubu had an agreement with them to not touch their foot soldiers, and he agreed. And so if they are not satisfied with Tinubu, because maybe he's not moving at the pace they want, maybe he's not giving them the 100% free hand, because by them, their own assumption is that by now, they probably take over the whole place already. Nnamdi Kanu was already in their custody. Simon Ekpa has been tempted. No politician in Igbo land who wants to do anything. So the Yorubas, we know that often kupu kahabo because they already surrendered the place. So obviously, if Tinubu, who is one of them, is a Muslim, you had an agreement with them, he's sitting and watching while they ravage. So if they are not satisfied with Tinubu, how much more do you think they will with Peter Obi, who is not just a Christian, he's Igbo. Peter Obi is a Christian. So if I lure him,
Igbo for that matter.
If Peter Obi lure Peter Obi into this gang up ADC, because so if Peter Obi become president, what is he gonna do? Not even close to what Tinubu is doing, because what they want is that you give them Ruga, you give them this, you give them that, and these are people that was giving 100 billion naira about Buhari. Still, it's not enough. Gumi is saying that they should include them in the budget. Can you imagine that? Include them in the budget. So the question people should be asking Peter Obi, what are you gonna do differently that they will not turn against you, or they just to be used again like they use Hope Uzodinma? They put in their Simo State governor, and they are using him. They've been using him for years now because he's in his second term. So they're just going to use Peter Obi, and they cannot vouch that Peter Obi will not be used. They will use him and probably throw him in the dustbin.
Now you say they will. Okay. They are already using him. They are already using
Okay.
him.
You see what I mean? So if they can turn against Tinubu, who is Yoruba and a Muslim, and who had an agreement with them, we all know that to be a fact, that Tinubu had an agreement with them. If they can turn against him because not doing enough, how much more you? So these people, I don't know, it's unimaginable how they can think that people can be so stupid not to know the game they play, you know? So P2B can do absolutely nothing except to make our situation as Indibo, as Biafra, as Southerners, in fact, as a whole, P2B is just gonna make the case the whole thing worse. But one thing that gives me joy is that God will put them all to shame, including P2B. God will put them to shame because trust me, he's looking out for his own personal interest. He knows, just like I always say about Shore, you cannot change Nigeria. Nobody have the capacity to do anything. The only thing that can happen now in Nigeria is, and I hope and I pray that with the step the Americans have taken, they're giving them conditions, ultimatum, if you will, that at the end that will lead to the good of everybody. I mean, everybody, including them themselves, the Arewa, the Oduduwa, the Yoruba, or the Biafrans, for everybody, because this entanglement is just a destruction. This entity, this evil creation called Nigeria, it will do nobody good. No, absolutely nobody. So that is the situation, my brother. Thank you so much, brother Chus. And by the grace of God, tomorrow,
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is so sad. I don't know how it is going to work out in a situation now where you see the just like the bill they are passing in their Senate. They want to pass a bill to put death sentence for kidnapping. How can that bill pass? Who is going to pass that bill when the North is promoting kidnapping? The North is promoting payment on ransom. The North is negotiating.
They are wasting time, brother. All those are just like make believe to make you think they are doing something. They are not doing anything.
They are confusing themselves. You saw somebody on national television telling you that bandits only kidnap. Is it not ordinary kidnap? They just kidnap and they just collect money. And you went to their House of Assembly. You're putting. You want to push a bill to make a kidnapping death sentence. Who is going to pass that bill for you? Who is going to push it? Who will make it succeed?
You know also, brother, that one thing in life, this is where people get it sometimes confusing, that if you are making a law, it doesn't matter whom you are making it against. If your hand no clean, if you are a culprit yourself, it will also turn against you, because you see all those lawmakers, in my estimation, these guys are worse than even they are worse than the bandits. You don't believe me? I have my reason for saying what I'm saying.
They are. All of them. People they told you that people in that very Senate that are passing this bill were indicted in the same kidnapping.
Exactly. So
many of them are sponsoring it.
Okay.
Many of them, kidnappers were caught in their house. They bought bike for them. One has even a hospital for them where they treat them.
Okay. You see?
So, who is going to
many of them are the one buying trucks, the motorbikes. Most of them are the one buying it for the kidnappers. And so that doesn't make sense.
Where they were testing brand new motorbike. They were all testing brand new motorbike.
Okay. Where does those ragtag guys, where do they have the millions and millions, if not billions, to be buying all those things? Both the gun. So that thing they are doing in the chamber, they are just confusion all over the place to look as if they are doing anything. But also the good thing is that the world understands Nigeria now to be a terrorist country. Everything they do is lies.
I'm so happy. I saw another video where EU, they were discussing in EU, even though we don't trust them, they were discussing about the situation of Nigeria in EU. We know that in everywhere there are still some genuine people. There are still people who
100%.
Government and
when I saw that video,
protection in the capital city to check what is going on the ground. So don't give us these speeches. This is going on for a few years. We had resolutions here. We asked Commission to finally start doing their job, and you're not doing your job. And the recent kidnapping of 300 school children from Catholic school in Nigeria is a brutal reminder that these groups operate as though they are above the law. So the history will judge us upon the actions that we are taking here. Thank you.
The woman spoke very well. The woman made it clear that these people they are operating in Nigeria, and the way they operate shows that they are above the law.
With impunity.
The EU.
Yeah.
That they operate, the way they operate, it shows that they are above the law. That if they refuse to do what they are supposed to do, that history will judge them.
History, exactly. Well, Obodo Kwanso, I know, primarily their brain behind it, because they tend to underplay it, play it, and cover it up, because they are just concerned. The only thing they care about is that Nigeria just continue to go on, exist, regardless of hundreds, millions of life wasted in that contraction that ought not to have existed in the first place. Everybody knows that is not supposed to be. By every index, everything I can just break it down. It's not supposed to be. But when you see them, I suppose that is European Union. I haven't seen this video before, but I also know that the main power brokers, they will always find a way to just time it down. But the good thing is that because America, because Trump is.
This is a recent video. They are talking about the school children that were kidnapped. The woman is complaining about the school children, but you never see this kind of video go viral. You will never see it go viral. They will suppress it.
So how shameful, and she summed it up.
Yes, she summed it up. That she made it clear that these people operate as if they are above the law. That from the way they operate, that these people, not even as if, she said that they are above the law. They are above the law. So the people, the EU should rise to the occasion. And if they refuse, posterity will judge them. But at least,
that word she used.
Yes.
Yeah, that word she used at the end simply means that they are in charge of the country. The level of impunity, lack of accountability, they operate freely. And it's been going on, not today. It's been like this for a long time. And the British know, but they just look away. And it's their entity, and they own the country. Everybody knows that, but they can't say nothing about it. How can shame and how can history, not judge you wrongly for playing this role you are playing? You just ignore it. And including the fact that your own citizen is being a victim of such situation, you just look away. But we know what you can do if you choose to, but you don't do it. And now Trump has raised it up, and now they are trying to, but again, at the end of the day, history will judge everybody based on what they do, the role they play, So obviously, but if you want to make amend, if they want to make amend, now is the time to step up. The EU should step up now. If their conscience beat them now, then they should step up and do the right thing. And the right thing is that you cannot stop these jihadis. Anybody who think that he can beat them down, you are wasting your goddamn time, because you couldn't beat them in Afghanistan, you didn't beat them in Iraq, you didn't beat them in nowhere. You cannot beat this ideology. The only thing is that let them have their own country there in the north and do whatever they want. Let the people who are trapped in it to have their own country. Simple as that. There's no missing word there. But if they want to continue because whatever their personal interest, then history will judge everybody. How do you go, my brother?
My brother, that is what I'm saying. We can defend ourselves. The Yoruba Republic can defend themselves. The Biafrans can defend themselves. The Middle Belt can defend themselves. You don't even need to put your soldiers on the ground. Just disintegrate this country.
Exactly.
Let people take care of their area.
Simple. And they know it.
You don't need to waste your resources, waste your soldiers, waste life. Just speak on the disintegration. Let the people take charge of the security by themselves.
Yeah. Because, like you said, We can defend ourselves. Every region can. Look at what happened in Port Harcourt. I saw the video from a reliable source now. Then I came to believe it because often a time, what you see on YouTube, sometimes there are this fake news stuff like that. But because I saw it from a reliable source, I know that the people came together and just brushed them aside, send them to God for judgment.
I saw the Port Harcourt video. You see what they did today in Port Harcourt. You see. Yeah? But if that thing was done in the southeast, do you know they will change it to be something else?
Okay.
It will be reported differently.
Yeah. They will say POB. Now, obviously, that clearly shows that people have capacity to do what they're supposed to do for themselves. America don't need to bring troops on the ground and suffer casualty, unnecessary casualty of their people. What they just have to do is give people that right of proclamation. Biafra can go and realize their goal, their ambition, and their, Oduduwa and the Arewa and the Middle Belt. Just that's it. That's it.
Simple. They don't need to put any resources. They don't even need to put their soldiers on the ground. Don't risk anything. Just speak that word. Allow this disintegration to happen. Every region can protect themselves. Middle Belt can defend themselves. Arewa can defend themselves. The Yoruba Republic can defend themselves. The Biafrans can defend themselves. Simple as that. All this nonsense will die a natural death. The only thing that is still leaving it open for this movement that you are seeing taking over land is because of that name, Nigeria. That name. Everybody's claiming right.
One Nigeria. That one. Yeah. That one Nigeria. That one Nigeria is what is bringing calamity on everybody, bringing retrogression and bringing everything that is bad. That is just that one Nigeria. How can I put it now? It's just crazy. So people need to stand up and do the right thing. Like you said, in everywhere you have good ones, you have bad ones. There's that guy from Austria who is propagating it. It's also a good thing because that is the solution. So if you know a solution to a problem, why beat about around the bush? Go straight and solve it. Every region in that country have resources. They have something. So what the heck? Go and solve it and let people, it's just crazy. But let's continue to push and see what happens. One thing is for sure is that I believe that God has left these people behind. All their evil plan, people who from a different place altogether, Futajolam, you have the infantry, such brazen impunity that you can just go and take over the whole people. Who are you? What makes you think that you can just go and do it in this 21st century? What happened? The things that happened in the medieval time in Lebanon, in Turkey, and some other places, you think you replicate in this time? Unbelievable. But we shall see. So again, I don't know the history that Peter Obi, the likes of Peter Obi. I don't know the history they know. How do they measure event that is going on in the country? It's just that selfishness that over like the kind of it just override every sense of right and wrong. It's crazy. But that catch on Onuju yesterday, he's in Nigeria. No, there's no doubt that he's in the place, so I can understand. But he's one brave man. I have to say, I give him lots of credit for being able to speak the truth. But even though he's also maybe he's a one Nigeria, but at the end of the day, that there's no solution in one Nigeria. Absolutely no solution. So when the time is right, everybody will answer their name. How do you go, my brother?
I hope you saw the video that was made by one daughter of a Jezebel. Just like that thing we used to say here, that when you make a video that does not suit their own narrative, they will never share it. When you make a video that doesn't suit the narrative, they will never show it. I hope you saw the video that was made by one daughter of a Jezebel that was accusing Nnamdi of different kinds of things, an Igbo woman. And they make it go viral. Arise was in the front line. Abati was using it as a sample. Using Ojuzokalo as a sample. To demonize.
Are you kidding me?
I can't play such video because those videos, when you play it, you're just promoting one son of daughter of it. You've not seen the video.
The thing is, I saw a flat, like I saw the headline, but I didn't bother to, because the anger will not allow me to see such lies, such blatant lie, such deception.
Annoying.
Yeah,
Annoying.
so, and you see for their rights, just like the channels, sometimes when I see the headline, something maybe on YouTube or whatever, I don't feel, I feel, I'm so disheartened and discouraged to play it, because everything, these are evil people, trust me. When I say it, I know where I'm coming from, and I know why I'm saying it. People who don't speak truth, all the videos with evidence that have shown exactly what is going on, they will ignore that, and they will go and pick and choose the one that will suit their narrative. And you want me to listen to such people? It's painful. I find it hard listening to them. Ruben Abati, evil human being.
Today, their media, Nigerian media, their mission today is to make sure that people do not pay attention to the injustice meted against Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that people do not pay attention to that very unjust judgment that will pass on him.
Yeah,
and they are using Igbos to speak up against Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they paint the narrative of do you know how many people that died in that way in the course of this very struggle? And they don't ask question, who took their life? Why did they die? Is self-examination a crime? Is it a crime? They paint a different narrative that a woman, a daughter of Jezebel, will come and blame Nnamdi Kanu and begin to ask that why must people be telling the politician to speak for Nnamdi Kanu? That nobody should force anybody to speak on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, that he should face his problem. And they are carrying that kind of video, making it go viral on their media. This is so sad. This is the kind of thing we are talking about, that the media of Nigeria is evil. They are evil personified. Evil personified.
Yeah.
Nnamdi Kanu, who blew the whistle? The reason they are holding Nnamdi Kanu, they want him dead, is because he blew the whistle of what is happening today.
Yeah.
You remember what they did to Obadiah Belafia?
Okay. Nobody can go.
Blew the same whistle that Nnamdi Kanu blew.
Ruben Abati, they won't talk. They won't talk about that.
Let me play a video of a reminder of what Obadiah Belafia said. The plan they had against him after he made that revelation. Let's just listen to this video. A reminder.
I'm in hiding. Right now, not even my wife knows where I live.
Is he?
Yes.
He's hiding. Very good.
This was Obadiah Belafia.
What the plan was that they would keep me there and interrogate me till past midnight. Then what they will then do is to say, look, it's too late to return me home, that I should just stay in the prison next door. And they had already paid somebody who is on death row that in the middle of the night he will just get up and kill me.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. So they told my wife, look, call Washington, call everywhere. And actually, there was a call from the White House. In fairness to the Americans, there was also a call from London. There was a call from Germany. There's a call from France to Abuja to tell them that they warn them that they must make sure that no harm comes to me. And then when they saw the crowd, I think that is what then made them to backtrack.
And they changed the plan.
But they never quite gave up. And I praise some of the DSS people because they were very professional. They were very civil. But they were, of course, working under instructions. And the people, their bosses, I think, had an agenda that I must be silenced at all costs. It's just that they looked at the scenario, they looked at, and then my son, who lives in Brussels, he also addressed the media. He called London, he called the EU Parliament. He even had a press media conference that was carried by channels. He didn't tell us, he just did it on his own. So the publicity over my case was such that they felt cornered. It became very difficult to them. Now, over a month ago, they tried to bomb my house. Some people called me and said I had a parcel from the United States and they needed to deliver it to my house. I should give them the address. I hesitated and, but I got winds that, it was not really a parcel, something else behind it. And, but I would have still sent people, but at dawn, the morning in which I was supposed to go to take delivery, I dreamt and I saw that my whole house had crashed with everybody inside, including myself. It was like a warning dream. Then that dream came, I said, I think the Almighty must be telling me to be careful with this thing. So I decided to switch off my phones for 2 days. They've never called me to this very day. They've never called me.
This was a revelation made by about the threat to his life. So when we say that they took his life, it's not just a propaganda.
Hey, God. Matthews.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this before, eh?
Oh.
Hello?
This is a testimony directly from Obodo Amelefia before they succeeded at last to kill him.
Yeah, Matthews,
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Yeah, I'm just seeing this for the first time. You have it before.
Okay. I'll see it before.
He said that call came from US, from Germany, from UK. Did it something like that?
That was what saved him when they wanted to kill him in detention.
And they went ahead, and at the end of it, they still went ahead and got him. You right?
Of course, yes. They changed the direction and they changed it. They could not do it again. Then they changed the plan to poison him. And that's what they did.
And nobody further speak. I mean, this same foreign power didn't speak any further. What's that?
That is it. That's what you see. This is why they are holding Nnamdi, because they have not succeeded in doing what they did to Govt and left to him.
100%. And again,
it's not about these foreign people. They will not say anything. It
100%.
The Biafran crowd. We don't keep silent.
And
this movement that you see, this movement that Mazi Nnamdi is getting, any place they carry him to, we will follow him, visit him on daily basis to hear from him, to know what is going on.
And and at the end of the Chukwuka Abiyama too, because he is the one who can, like, if he say no, it's no. Because trust me, when did I say that na Nnamdi Kanu no obodo no Jeba Africa, that this and that will not have happened. I say it's lie. Forget it. If anything they have different ways. Ways and means. We keep safe. We keep because I got maybe I mean, one for her. One for how much more you? What am my point? So obviously, we keep doing what we're doing and we leaving it in the hand of God at the end of the day. Look at what is going on now. We look the guy the caliphate, and none of them speak. None of them can speak. Say, what does that even mean? Hey, injustice of the highest order. Everything they happen.
Nobody speaks.
Nobody speak.
Their media is trying as much as they can to make sure they indict Nnamdi Kanu. They don't even talk about the illegality of the pronouncement of that judgment. Nobody is discussing about the illegality of that judgment anymore.
I didn't know that.
Discussion in any platform, in any Nigerian media, you never hear them talking about the illegality of that judgment.
Hey, God Almighty. I'm not on that nobody in Malafia because he was a very prominent guy. He was a deputy CBN governor, right? So he's not just an ordinary guy someplace, and so at the end of the day, oh my God. Buhari, during Buhari's time, this evil bunch of people, because there's a global connection to the whole thing, to turn Nigeria. Yeah, that is why they are sitting back. Again, I've said it severally, that it was the power of God Almighty that brought Trump. Outside that, forget it. They've gone.
Trump is a stumbling block that they have.
Viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Nnamdi's TV show. Bye-bye.